Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I am very fucking pissed. Very fucking pissed right now because, I recorded a 17-minute long rant about fucking, the deaths of how we as a society basically frown upon passion nowadays. How, we just basically bully each other for yapping if we even dare talk about our interests for more than like 3 seconds. The audio got corrupted. Yeah. I fucking hate this shitty-ass microphone. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to talk about, a game that I have been playing for quite a while, for the past few days, Forza Horizon 5. Now, for those of you who don't know, Forza Horizon 5 recently released on PlayStation 5. And Forza Horizon 5 is a game that I've been spending a lot of time playing both with my girlfriend and myself. I can't say that I am a fan, mainly because it's kind of like an example of like Forza Horizon is like the main arbiter of why I hate modern video gaming right now, because well, it's not good. It's really not good. And the reason why I feel like it's not good is that it's trying to cater to the TikTok crowd. But not just the TikTok crowd. They're catering to the corporate idealization of the TikTok crowd. So, it's not like, you know, people going on about stuff. They're like, oh, TikTok crowd has like zero attention span, so let's give them all this free shit out of the gate so they don't lose interest. Oh, you like this car? Well, good, you can take all three of them. You don't got to worry about not driving anything in the game. Oh, look at this. Here's another thing. Here's a free Mercedes CLK GTR, one of the fastest cars in the game. Here's another Bugatti Evo. Ha ha ha. One of the fastest cars in the entire game. Ha ha ha. Take it. Don't lose interest, please. And the sad part about all of this is that they leave the old school fans in the dust. Like, honestly, the people that built the franchise to begin with are being left behind for trend-chasing fucking bullshit. Like, there's this mode called the Eliminator, right? It's a racing game battle royale, alright? Now, any of you who are above the age of, like, I don't know, 15, probably winced like fucking insanity hearing me say that. Go in there, you little bitch. But, like, a racing game battle royale? How does that even work? Like, that is so stupid. But, like, honestly, here's how I would have done it, alright? If we're gonna have a racing game battle royale, okay, this is how you do it, alright? You start off all in the same car, alright? Everyone starts in the same car, alright? Maybe in different places of the map, alright? Each player has to find upgrades around the map, like engine upgrades, like powertrain upgrades, drivetrain swaps, engine swaps. Each of them separated by their own rarities, alright? And then, at a certain point, all of them have to get together on a map and do a single race from the game's main layout. After they do one of those races, anyone who doesn't finish higher than a certain position gets eliminated. Rinse, wash, repeat, and the final race is a drag race. The final race is a drag race. The final race is a drag race leading into a more technical course. That way, whoever has the most higher upgrades wins. Alright? Also, it's a case of more skill-based. Alright? So take a guess what they did, alright? Everyone starts in completely random cars with completely arbitrary point rarities. Like, for example, the Audi RS4, alright? The Audi RS4 is in Tier 3, where a fucking Volkswagen Beetle is in Tier 2. Like, why? And basically, you're ending up getting fucked, because you might end up being raced against someone who has a fucking Lamborghini Centenario, which is one of the fastest cars in the game. And meanwhile, you're stuck in a fucking Volkswagen Beetle, and you're expected to fucking compete. And literally, how does it work? Not to mention the fact that, like, this system is very pointless, because, like, oftentimes, you might start farther away from the finish line than someone else. Meaning that, farther away from the finish line than someone else, meaning that you're essentially fucked if you end up getting a slower car, and they're even closer to the fucking finish line. You're basically out of the race from then and there on. And if you want to be a completionist, you have to do that race. You have to complete one eliminator as the champion. Now, if you're thinking, if you just don't like the mode, then don't play it then, alright? Here's the thing. The Eliminator mode is what Forza Horizon 5's map was designed around. So even though I don't play the mode's effects are single-handedly ruining the game experience for me. Just because they had to design the map around the mode. And that is fucking insanity. That is bullshit. I have long since said that Battle Royale games are the most overrated genre, and they single-handedly choke out other, more interesting genres. And that is exactly why. They're fucking trend-chasing. The AAA gaming industry has basically done nothing but trend-chasing. And, my god, I'll save that rant for another time, because I could go on about that for fucking ages. Like, honestly, I could go on about that shit for goddamn ages. But for now, I'm going to keep it short because, like I said, footage got corrupted. I'm going to end up doing a more shorter video than normal. I had a 17-minute video planned for today. 17 minutes. Yeah, 17 minutes about this shit, alright? So what I'm going to end up doing tomorrow is I'm going to re-record that video, say everything I needed to be said on that video, and then I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do in that video, which was, how TikTok essentially ruined our minds, essentially conditioning us to only care about the short term, and short-term engagement, short-term, values, and whatnot, and number go high. But that's the topic for another time, but to add on to what I was saying, but like, Forza Horizon 4, 5, not 5, 4, I never played 4. Forza Horizon 5 is genuinely one of the most boring, generic, plaid, soulless games I've ever played. And that is saying something, considering one of the first game, in particular, the first game, had one of some of the most soul I've ever seen in a racing game. Like, literally, like, the first game wasn't perfect, alright? It had a really small car list, the open world wasn't that big, and the open world wasn't that big, and there was a few flaws with it. But it had soul, alright? The soul was what kept me fucking going. And this kind of goes into what I was saying earlier about how what I was saying earlier in that last rant was that a lot of modern games don't really have soul. They don't have passion anymore, because passion is something that's frowned upon nowadays. And if you have passion, you're essentially just fucking, at most you're ignored, and at worst you're fucking bullied, being called a yapper for no reason. And, like, let me be interested in things I want to be interested in, alright? Don't fucking just say, oh, y'all, you're yapping, because I fucking hate that. That's, like, one of the fucking biggest pet peeves of mine, but then again, that's a rant for another time. I'm going to go ahead and tune off, because, I am so fucking pissed today. Like, Jesus Christ. 17 minutes! 17 fucking minutes of footage lost because this shitty microphone lost connection before I recorded. I even did a test. I even did a fucking test to make sure that this shit was working. And it wasn't. It was working. I remember. I did like a fucking audio test. I might upload it as like an unlisted video. That way you know I'm not fucking bullshitting you. But, like, Jesus Christ. Alright, anyways, I feel like now's a good time to cut it off for now. Thank you all so much for watching. And, I am going to talk to you all later. Bye-bye.